Hi everybody, hello. Well, yesterday I introduced you to the Reminiscence book 7 and today I want to make use of it. So as promised yesterday, we're going to make a little folio. Now I don't want you to think I've stopped doing the Tim Holtz Remnants journal. That's coming. I just really wanted to stop and do something with this book because it is fabulous. So I'm going to be using that, and I'm also going to be using this, which is Elizabethcraft washi tape, and I think it's number 1. Yeah, Reminiscence number 1. But look at this. Look at how it matches the new Reminiscence book. It's absolutely perfect. So I will be using some of that on spines and things. So we'll get to that as and kind of when, I guess. So let's make the folio, and I just want a simple folio, nothing too fancy. Some flips and flaps and folds, but you know, nothing dramatic. Right, so I've taken a piece of paper. I've decided to use grey. You could use cream, you could use file folders or whatever. Because I've got loads of this cream that Mr. F got me, I've decided to use that up, and I think it'll go quite nicely. So I've taken one sheet, and our sheets here measure 8 1/4. Now I know in the States yours measure 8 1/2. That's fine. You can leave it at 8 1/2. These papers are 10 inches tall, so basically you can do anything up to 10 inches if you wanted to. But I'm using my 8 1/4, and I've just taken a piece. I have scored it at 5 1/4. I thought I wrote this on. Yes, I've scored it at 5 1/4. Then 1/2 inch more, and then this section here measures 5 1/4 as well. So both sides equal 5 1/4, and the middle spine, this bit here, measures 1/2 inch. So we've got this. It looks a bit like a book at this stage. Okay, so the next piece we want is this piece, and in total it measures 6 1/4 inches. So 6 1/4, and then you score it at half, score it at 1 inch, so there's 2 1/2 inch scores there, and then this piece measures 5 1/4. And basically all we're going to do is stick that onto there, and then we're going to have a good look at it to make sure that this isn't catching in this spine, because if it is, we want to cut a bit off now at this stage, as it's easier. Right, so I'm going to use my collal and just glue along here. And when I do things like this, folios mostly, that have got just paper spines, I do like to reinforce them, and I'm going to reinforce them with that washi tape that I've just shown you. You of course can use any papers or any washi or anything, whatever you've got. So I'm just putting that first score line up to the edge of that piece there as accurately as I can. Press that down. There we go. Let's just make sure we haven't got too much of a gluey mess inside. Just a little bit. It doesn't really matter, you'll never see this, but just so it doesn't get stuck on everything. So this folds in first, the right side folds in first. So now we've got 2 spines, and it doesn't look as if that's going to catch on that one in any way. Looks fine actually, looks great. So this is what we've got. The basis of a folio, is it not? So we've glued that down there. Next thing we want to do is, I want it, when it's like that, I want to have 2 flaps coming over from the back over to the front. Now then, I can see instantly that there's something I've missed here. It's kind of hard doing this, just, you know, a dry run, if you like, without missing something out. So I have, but it's not the end of the world. So this measures 5 inches in width, and you'll remember these measure 5 1/4, so it's a bit narrower, and it measures 3 3/4 down. So what you want to do on your, oh no, I've got them here, got them. So 3 1/4 score line, another 1/2 inch score, and that's you at the end of your paper. So you've got 1/2 inch, and 3 1/4, and it measures 5 inches across. So what we want to do is stick that on the back section, which is the centre section. Now, before I do this, do I want to put my washi on here? I think I do, because once I've got these on, it's going to be mighty tricky, isn't it, to get the washi on there. So I'm going to opt for this big wide blue one, and it says each roll's got 5 meters in it, so that should surely see us have plenty. Like I say, you can use any you like, but I mean, look at it, it's just perfect. So I've no idea how sticky Elizabeth Crafts washi is, but I guess we're going to find out. So, oh my goodness, that's perfect. So trying to get it fairly central over there. That's going to come up like that. Yeah, I think that's all right. And then just pull off a bit of it, and come down here. Once again, we're trying to get it 1/2 and 1/2. I think that's about there. You will be covering this up, apart from the actual spine, it will be covered up, so don't worry too much. And then this we just want to bring back so it meets up. Make sure you're close at the top, but don't pull it, because you'll buckle your paper. So that's coming to there like that. Okay, and then I'm going to tear this, because otherwise it just looks, you can see it more if it's not torn. If you just cut it, whereas that just blends into the background, you can't see it. So let's give that a good talking to with a bone folder. There we go. And I'm just going to put my score lines in again, because it gets somewhat obscured by the washi. So that one and this one here. I'll just have a look at the washi and see if it's wanting to lift up or anything. Anything we don't want it to do, but that looks fine to me. That looks great. It's not coming up anywhere. That's lovely. Ooh, doesn't that look nice? Ooh. And then we want to do the same on the other side, so I'll crack on with that. So while I was doing that, I took the opportunity to do these two little ones, and for some reason this doesn't want to stick, so let's stick it down. Oh, this is all gunged up now. Do you want to work or not? No, of course I don't want to work. He's been neglecting me. Ooh, someone at the door. I think it's Amazon bringing Mr. F's birthday present. so I hope he doesn't open it. There we go. Hopefully that'll do the trick. Hope so. Anyway, that's great. Right, so I want to stick these onto the back section, which is the centre section. And I'm just going to stick them like that. So I want them in between those two hinges. So this hinge is there, so it's about 1/8 of an inch. That hinge is there, about 1/8 of an inch. So let's get on and do that. I'm going to use my collall again, and I'm hoping that collall sticks this washi. If not, we'll have to come back with double-sided tape or something, because some washies, I know Tim's collage tapes as he calls them, his washies are difficult to stick, let's say. So bring that in about 1/8 of an inch, that in about 1/8 of an inch, right on the top edge there. Perfect. Yep. Oh, probably needs to go that way just a smidge. Yeah, I think that's great. Let's just have a check that it's not sticking out. No, I think that's good. Okay, so we'll watch with interest to see if that that sticks properly. Let's get rid of that bit of glue. And stick the other one on the bottom. Well, I mean, it can be either way round at this stage. There's not really a top or a bottom. Let's stick this one on. So the actual folio of this, the bare bones of it, is, if you like, is really straightforward. Really, really straightforward. Same here, about 1/8 of an inch in, about 1/8 of an inch in. Let's just check. Oh no, that needs to go that way. A little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Looks good to me. Just check it's not sticking out over the top or the bottom, whichever it happens. Just push that all the way in. There we go, that's fine, I think. Yeah, I think that's good. Right, so that's our two, which will be our closure. So that will go in first, then that one, and then these will come over the top. And we'll put string and button closure, something like that, on there. Yeah, I think that looks all right. Great. I'm just going to round these corners. No, I'm not. I'll do that later. So the next thing to do is to add our flippy floppies. So what do I want? On this side, which is the right hand side, I'm going to add a flippy floppy to the top there. That's going to flip out like that. It's got it's a full page width, and I've just scored it 1/2 inch. Simple as that. And I don't think I'm going to put any washi on here. I don't think it needs it. It's not structurally a bit that's going to get used an awful lot, so I think that'll be all right just like that. So let's glue that in place. And this measures just less. I'll tell you in a sec what it measures. The panels of the folio are 5 1/4, and this measures 5 1/8. 5 1/8, so it's not quite as wide as that, because you don't want it getting caught up in the mechanism. Now let's just put that right on the top edge there, like so. Make sure that it's square up there, that's important. Okay, so it's a little way, it's a good 1/8 of an inch away from the hinge, which is great because you don't want it catching. And it's square down that side. Perfect, perfect, lovely. So the reason we're doing all this is now when we put the papers in and cover it, all of the bits that we've stuck on, the additional bits like the flippy flappies and the two closures, they'll all be hidden behind the papers that we put on. So that's coming that way. So this one here, I want to go that way. And even now at this stage, it doesn't matter which way's up, which for me is great because I very often don't know which way is up. So this is the end of the first stage of the construction. And you can take this plant and make it any size you like. So same thing, I want it up to the top and I want this edge very flush down there. Perfect. I'd say that's a straighter cut than the last one. Let's just press that down, but just check that it's, yeah, that's fine. Lovely. It's quite near that hinge for some reason. Does that measure more than the other one? No, it's 5 1/8. So it should be alright, it should be fine. So let's just have a look at what we've got. We've got the centre 3 panels. We've got the 2 flippy floppies that come over the top. We've got this one that flips down, this one that flips up. So when they're all folded in place, they should be fine and not interfering with anything. And it does feel to me that that is the case, that we're all right. So now we just need to select the papers and cover them. And it's at this stage you can decide whether you want to stitch on them or not. You guys know I like stitching on everything, so I am going to stitch them. So we just need to select some papers really. So I'm going to do that, I'm going to stitch around them and then I'll come back and I'll show you exactly what I've done and we can get the pieces stuck down and then the additional little bits of, you know, pockets and such like and so on and so forth. Stick down. Okay, so I'll see you in a while. Hi, it's only been a second for you, but it's been a little while for me. And what I wanted to do was cover all of the inside first. And then I got to this stage, these flippy flappies, and I thought, whoa, hold your horses, lady. That's what I thought. Hold your horses, lady, because I want to put a button closure on here. So I have just taken a piece of the paper, and I'm using paper, not the card, to cover all of this. The only exception to that will be when I get to the back, and I will cover that in card because I really want that to be substantial. And I bet you're wondering, why she put a 1/2 inch spine in there? She doesn't need a 1/2 inch spine. No, not for what we've got, but we are going to put a journal in here. Not the thickest of journals, but a journal nonetheless, and that's why we need that spine. So don't panic yet, folks. So what I want to do is put that onto there, and I haven't inked around any of these papers because I'm going for the clean look. I know it's so not like me, but that's what I'm doing. So there's no ink anywhere. I haven't inked a thing. So what I'm going to do is stick that down, make a hole through one of these milk bottle tops, and then put a brad through there. And of course the legs for that are going to come out on this one. So then we need our other bit of paper that we've got here, and that'll go on there and cover those unsightly legs up. Yes, that's the plan. Right, so let me stick these on, and then we'll come back and we'll centre all that. Okay, so I've got those stuck on. Now I'm going to take my Timmy ruler, which is also a centering ruler. It's got 0 in the middle, and I'm going to kind of see where I'd like that. Probably about there. Let's say about there. So that's just difficult to see. Let's do it this way. So if I get that square at the top, then it is 1.5 inches in. Yeah, let's try that. Make a mark and see what we think. And it's 2.25 there. It's just less than 2. Well, it is actually 2.25. Let's not split hairs here. So 1. No, it's 2.75. That's not right. That is not right. It should be about 2.5, I think. Yep, 2.5. Make a mark there and see what we think of that. Let's have a look. So I've taken these and I've just made a hole in the middle. So if I can line that up with that hole there, that's what that would look like. I think that looks great. So yeah, that's fine. So we want to do the same with the top one. So take the full width of the ruler, get that up against the top there, and you want that on 2.5 at that side, 2.5 on that side, and make your mark. And you shouldn't be too far out. You shouldn't be. Let's just make sure that's stuck down properly. Sometimes the stitching bits are a bit resistant, but I think we're okay. Alright, so I'm going to take my big bite. If you've got a smaller one, use it by all means. This is the only one I've got because I could no longer use the smaller crocodile. And I'm going to use the smaller hole and just go in where I've marked it there. Like that, and same on the other one. It's beginning to get a tad unwieldy, I won't lie. Oh my goodness me. Alright. Lovely. Let's put that away. And now we can just pop that in line with that one and pop a brad through, which I did lay out 2 brads. Where have they gone? Who knows? In all this flapping around, they've got lost. So I'll find those no doubt later when I have a bit of a tidy up. So let's lay another 2 brads out. There's one colour here, it's sort of a coppery colour, but it's almost kind of reddy, and I quite like that colour to go on this red, so let's use that. Let's just close that up, because if not, you know what's going to happen. Okay, where's it gone? Did anybody see what happened to it? Oh my goodness me. Oh, it was just on my lap, it was no big deal really. Right, so let's put that through there and hopefully that, yeah, I think will be alright. It just fits, it's almost too small that actually. But I think we're alright, and I'm just going to straighten that up. Like that. Fold the legs out. And just get my ruler, anything you've got, just flatten that down. Perfect. And I'm just going to take a little bit of masking tape and just put that on the back, just to protect the paper that we put on top. Oh, yes, that went in a mess. Oh my goodness gracious me. Get off. Right, trying not to get this one in a tangle, like that. And put that over there. Just need to cut a little bit off there because it's going into the hinge. Right, there we go, that's perfect. Pretty perfect anyway. I wouldn't say it was exactly perfect, but near enough. That's got a bit folded over at the top, so I'm trying to get rid of bumps, not create them. There we are. And then just take your inside piece, put that on there, and nobody will be any the wiser. Well, there is a tiny bit of a bump, but so that's kind of how we go about doing that. So that goes there like that, that goes there like that, that comes down there, that goes up there. Where's my milk top? Here it is. So, oh, drat, I've put that in the wrong way. That's the bottom, that way. There we are, we're all right. So this one, same deal. I love these milk tops. I love them, I really do. Especially when you consider they're just there, they're in the book, ready for you. Squash those legs down. Bit of masking tape. Let's cut it this time, might be a better idea. Oh, I think these legs are shorter. Don't know why that would be. There we go. So that's that. So there are our two buttons, and we'll pass a string between them. And I really rather like that. By the time we've got this decorated, excuse me, bless me, then I think it'll look great actually. So I'm going to carry on. I'm going to put the pieces inside here, and I'm going to do this piece, this piece, this piece, and the card on the back, just to give it some rigidity. So I'm going to carry on doing that, and I will see you in a while. Okay, so here we are. I've got the whole thing covered, just like magic. So just to show you what I've used, these are our flippy floppies. I love this paper. I love all of it, so I won't keep saying that, but take it that I love it. And I have stitched around each panel before I've stuck it in place. So we've got this one, this is the flippy floppy that comes down. And this one, this is the flippy floppy that goes up. So that's the whole of the inside. The back I did, as I said, and used a piece of card just to give it a bit more substance there in the back, keep the whole shape better. So now is the fun time really, although I must admit I do love a bit of construction, but now's the time to start adding pockets and things. And I thought I'd take this flap here and this flap here, and add something to the insides of them. So what I've done is I've taken 2 pieces of card and made these 2. This one is going to go there like that, and it's going to be a pocket here on the inside, and this flap that comes over. We'll see if we do anything to that. I quite like the idea that you could put photographs on there, you know, of your journey, if this is a travel. I know it's more postal, but also feels a bit travel-y to me. But we'll see. But that's going to go on there irrespective. And then the flip-flop at the top, this one flips out this way. Whoa, it's a bit unwieldy. And that's going to go there like that and flip out like that. So, yeah. Well, nothing's stopping us doing that. Let's get on and do that. Let's get this pushed up out the way so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And I want some thin tape to stick this down. And it's going that way. So I want the tape around 3 sides here. Yes, I do. So right down the back there, close to where the fold is. Just to trim that off. It's a lovely bright sunny day here, I'm pleased to tell you. Actually feels like spring today. And then this one. I think Sue One's got somebody in finishing a kitchen off. This kitchen has been the longest kitchen ever, and I wouldn't care, but it's tiny. They are tiny kitchens in these houses. They're like a cupboard off the living room. It really is what they're like. And yet it's taken, oh, I don't know, months to do her kitchen. But never mind, it doesn't really affect me apart from the odd crash and bang, which is, you know, it's nothing. So give this a good press down over those stitches. Sometimes you get on better with your nail even, especially over where I've gone zigzaggy. So I'm just going to do that because I really want good adherence here. Okay, let's take the tweezers and take the release paper off. Obviously spilt some vintage photo ink there at some stage, but never mind. Whoops-a-daisy. That's brought the tape up with it. Stick back down. There you go. Alright, so there's no gussets or anything in this. It's just a pocket with a flip flap. So I want to place that inside the stitches that I've already made, or already on the back piece. And I think that's it about there. Yeah, I'd say so. Oh, that's the wrong way, isn't it? Silly Billy, you silly girl. This way. This is the way it goes. Oh my goodness, I bet you were all shouting at me and what on earth are you doing? Which is a fair point. Right, there we go. I think that's right. So give that a press down and then I'm going to give it another good bone folding. You deserve a very good bone folding. There we are. And in the fullness of time we can get something in there, nice journaling card or tags or whatever, into there, and that flips over. And like I say, I haven't at this moment decided whether or not to leave that so you can put photographs on it, or cover the inside so it's journaling in there. Don't know. I don't know, but we'll see as time goes on how the whole thing is evolving. I do want a tab on here somewhere that, you know, to give you the idea that it folds out. But I don't want to get detained too much by all of this, because we have also got a journal to make to go in it, and it is at the end of the day just a folio. So, you know, time to get a move on. So this is the bit that I want the tape on. Tape. Thank you. Yeah, because as I say, we've got a journal to make as well. It's not going to be the world's biggest journal, but they all take time, don't they? So I'll crack on with as much as I can without you. But I don't want to go, oh, you know, things like this I think you kind of need to see if you're going to follow along and make yourself a little folio. I'll make a folio for somebody else as a nice gift, and it would be a very nice gift, because as I say, I mean, I've used this delicious Elizabethcraftdesigns paper, but you could use anything, you know. You could make it for somebody's wedding anniversary so they can put the pictures in, particularly if it's a golden anniversary or silver or whatever, or their birthday, or a new house, or anything. This style of folio lends itself very, very well to lots of different styles. I don't think I have actually made this exact one before, but I've made so many folios. At one stage it was pretty much all I was doing was making folios, and I quite like them. I like making them. But then I got into making journals again, and now I can't stop making journals. Oh well. So this adds another flip, which we always like, additional flips, and also some more either journaling or space to put your photos, whatever. So that's going this way, so let's just fold that up so we can see exactly where that's going, just inside the stitching. Like that, lovely. Press that down, gives us a really nice flip. Excuse me. And bone folder that in place. And that's us just about, I'd say, finished with the card elements. I mean, you never know, things change, but I think we can safely just use paper from now on, and we can start to put the pockets and things in place. So I've laid out a couple of bits here that I thought would do. That's the top one, this is the bottom one. I'd make just, and I've cut it so it's just inside the stitching, because it's a bit pointless doing the stitching if you can't see it. So I've used remnants. I've got all my remnants and the book in this basket here, so I can easily look through and see what I've got, or, you know, use something out of the book if I haven't got any remnant suitable. But this was just a remnant, and I've rounded this corner off here because it needs to match that one there. So that's just going to go there. But before I do that, I want to add this little bit of ephemera that we got out of the book. We cut them all out, if you remember. It feels so alien not to be inking things, I can't tell you. And I thought I would just put them like that, just to dress that up a little bit. You can't see it dead clearly because the background's very busy. But that's what we're going to do. Now, do I want tape or do I want glue? I'll use glue because really it doesn't matter, you know, how much it closes. I don't want it to close completely, but I haven't got anything measured to go in it, so I can use glue. There we go, and we'll stick that down there, just inside the stitching, as I say. Like that. Yep, that's lovely. Great. And I just want to make a little hole in here. You see where that little black hole is? Just there. But I think I'm going to have to make it with my crocodile on the smaller size. I don't think I can. And that's just larger than that black hole, but it doesn't matter, it'll be fine. So oh, I've got boxes and boxes of ephemera around here. So I'm just going to put that there, but I do want to put some twine through it, and I'm just, blimey, I've been a bit splash happy with my inks, I think. So I just want a little bit of twine, and pop that through there, and I'm just going to make, ooh, I'm going to try and make a knot. Honestly, I'm useless at this unless I've got loads of twine, so it's quite wasteful, but it's all I can do. I can't do it with smaller lengths, so I don't want that to be too big. So let's do that and then trim off these ends, and I like them when they're just a little bit, one's longer than the other. And let's stick that onto there, just with that little bit hanging over. So let's get that stuck. Oh, I've gone too far up. Oh well, we can easily wipe the glue off that. That's alright. So on there, just up to that hole. So I've got lines on my pocket, so I can use those. So great, that's lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's just check that that's not stuck. No, that's not stuck, we're all right. And then I'm going to stick this bit on, just on there. Yep. It's the whole decorating thing is made so much easier because we've got all that ephemera that we cut out of the book. Oh, don't do that. Silly thing. So I'm just going to overlap the bottom of that tag. Just a tiny little bit. There we go. So that's that, and that's all that pocket needs. And I'm going to do the same at the top. Well, I'm going to turn it round so it's going to look like it's, well, it will be upside down. So I must remember that actually when I come to do the thing. So that's going to go there on this side, which is diagonally opposite that one. And this is the edge I don't want to glue. So just a tiny little bit. There's nothing major going to go in here anyway. Just a bit of something. Bit of something, something. So just inside the stitches. Like that. Lovely. Just checking that I'd left the right side open, because that's not beyond me. And then we'll do the same with this one. So I hope everybody's having a nice day. Hope you've all got really pleasant weather. Spring-like weather, I would say. Because it doesn't half cheer you up, I can tell you. And even Catkin, when it's raining and really cold, we can't leave the door open because the back door is straight, it's a French window and it's straight out of the living room. So if we leave that open, of course, the living room gets freezing. So we can't do that. So, as a consequence, when we open the door, he either goes out or he doesn't. I mean, sometimes we assist him on his way. But, you know, on days like today, you can open it and you can leave it open. Excuse me. So he can kind of come and go. And that suits him rather better. Because I think he thinks he's going to meet some nasty cat. And actually, that's, you know, that's not an unreasonable thought. Because there are a lot of cats around here. Because Jimmy feeds them all. I know. What can you do? And I've got this little one here that I'm just going to put there, like that. And apart from what's going to go in this, which I'm not going to do at the moment, you know, little tag or whatever, that's us finished with that pocket. Try and get that on straight. There we are. So that's it, dressed up as much as I think it needs to be dressed up. Right, so the next thing is this piece here. This is the back of the... No, let's do this page. Let's do this page. And I'm going to put in just a side pocket. And I've cut it out of... it's a new piece of paper, actually, that I got out of the book. And that's it. That's all it's going to be, just a side pocket like that. So we can easily do that. I'm going to do it with tape. Just find it less messy, a bit quicker, and it doesn't splodge, does it? You get your entire pocket. There we go. So it's going like that. So it's down this side. Yeah, somebody kindly confirmed for me yesterday that Magasin du Coin is a corner shop. So I'm feeling very smug with myself. And all you people that speak fluent French are probably thinking, what a silly Charlie she is. Well, you're right, I am. And small things please me. Right, so let's cut these as tape off. And I think I just ran over a little bit there. And I'm not going to stitch, as I say, any of these pockets and stuff like that. It's got a lot of stitching on this anyway, so it'll be alright. Just firmly press that tape down. That looks like it's just sticking out a little bit. So, you know, ones like this, they will need a bit of decoration on them, but I haven't decided quite what yet. So when I've decided that, we'll move ahead. They are a bit unwieldy, are these things, but right, so this is going in, it's going right over the whole, well, obviously not right over the whole thing, just in a little margin from the edge. And there we are, that's that. Give it a good press down. Lovely. That's that. So we've got this nice big side pocket here. Here, oh no, have I done everything upside down? Oh yes, I have. Ah. Please come on. Oh no, it doesn't want to come off. Oh, oh no. I think all I can do is leave that there and put something else. It won't come off. Oh no. Have I got everything else the right way? That's the right way, that's the right way. That's the wrong way. What a disaster. What a Charlie. Well, it's a good job that that's just paper, is all I can say. And I just don't think I can get that off. No, it's cutting into the... Oh, I can't believe I did that. Cannot believe I did it. What a nutter. Some bits of it are coming off nicely, other bits are just bringing that. Right, so, and there's that one as well that needs sorting out. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What can you do? That I think I'm just going to have to leave. It's upside down. It's upside down. I'm just going to have to live with that one, I think. But this one with all this torn edge, I think I could probably get away with sticking that down again there, like that. I think that's what is needed. But I need to get rid of this sticky bit here. Oh, can you believe it? Yeah, I can believe anything. So I've got my pounds pot that you use when you're embossing. I'm just going to put that over that sticky tape just to take the stick off it. Hopefully that'll work. Yeah, pride goes before a fall. Telling you how smart I am with knowing what that meant in French. And then yes, and then a big muck up. Oh well, we'll save the day. Right, there we are. So this is the right way up now. So I'm going to re-stick that back over where I had that one, but the right way up. Oh dear, oh dear. So let's put some tape down here. That other tape is still quite sticky, actually. I'm going to put some bit of glue over it, but it is still quite sticky. Obviously it didn't burnish it down as well as I thought I had. There we go. So can't believe I did that, guys. I'm very sorry. Very, very sorry for being such a Charlie. Let's just check that that's, yeah, that's fine. And I am just going to add a little bit of glue just across that old tape. Particularly at the edge where I think it's pulled the paper off. So there we go. Right, let's see if we can get this right this time. So right to that corner by the looks of it. Perfect. What mistake? What mistake, I ask you? I see no mistake. Okay, so it's ended up on the other side and whatever, but I still like it, so we're okay. So let's give that a good press down now that we know it really needs a good press down. Right, I'm quite happy with that. Wasn't what I intended, but I'm quite happy with it. And on this one, I've already made a full journal, you see, a full thing to see if I liked it. So on this side I've got a pocket there, yeah, so it's just another side pocket that goes on this side. Is that it? No, I think this is the belly band that goes here. So I think we need to stick that in place. I quite like that actually. So just tape top and bottom, and that's it. I have to say, I've just got to say it, this paper is delicious. Absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to end up with loads of space for journaling cards. That will be opportunities to put your photographs in, of course, or journaling. Okay, so let's press that, burnish that down. And this is coming just inside the stitches there, about there. Does that look half? Let's use the ruler. So if I put that up to the edge of the ruler, oh, it's right up to the edge of the page. I think that's fine actually. So let's just take the release tape off and get that stuck down there. Okay, so I'm just going to put my ruler in place, and it's right on the edge there. So I can put this right up to it, down a bit, down a touch. Yeah, there we go. So using the ruler just to keep me square. If you've got a straight eye in your head, you won't need to do that. I of course don't. There we go. Right, so we've got that. So in here I want a side pocket. Let's do the middle. Hold that down. So it's the centre section that we're doing, and what I want to do is fairly straightforward. I have measured it and it measures 5.5, so I've made myself a gusseted pocket because I want to use this piece of ephemera that comes in the journal, in the book, and really I think it would be very tight to stick a pocket down there, so I've opted to make a gusseted one. So the way that I deal with my gusseted envelopes is very easy. I get the bottom part. These are 1/2-inch gussets. It's pretty typical of what I make. Generally always make 1/2 inch. And stick that down to the bottom there. Like so. Then open it up, make sure you haven't got too much glue seeping out. And because I don't want this to get stuck on that when I put it in, I'm going to use just a piece of old washi. Any washi will do that sticks. You don't want one that's going to come up because that would make the problem even worse. Let's just put a bit of glue down there just in case we would get that problem. is reassuring, I notice, when you're watching other crafters, that they too are crafting in 6 inches of space. This is a big desk, it's 4 foot long, but you know, I'm still crafting on just the bare minimum of what I need for the project. Just ridiculous. Right, so now the card will just slide in over that, no issues at all. And then that's going to go there. Yes, lovely. So let's just glue those side gussets down. Oh, I just dropped something. So just get those in the right place and stick them down. Lovely. Great job. And this then should just slide into there. And isn't that perfect? The problem that I did have was that it was bright red on the other side, so I couldn't, you couldn't have journaled on it. So I decided to just cover it in this grey that I've used everywhere else. And I'm just going to cut the corners off. Just a little bit. It's the medium one actually on my little corner muncher. But just so it looks like a journaling card. And let's put it in that way so we get to see that. So that fits in there now beautifully, without having to push it in, which I really don't like. And then I thought on this we could make a secondary pocket. That's upside down, my dear. There you go. And we can make it out of this, which is another bit of ephemera from the book. So that goes there, like that. And then I just want this little label there. Now I have had a look at my stamps, the correspondence from the past 1, correspondence from the past 2. I must bear in mind that I've got this because that's a cracking stamp, and there's lots of, you know, par avion and dates and stuff like that on that one. This one, well, it's just all you need really, isn't it? But I've lighted on this one here. I like that one. So let's get that out and see if I can stamp on here. Lovely. So I seem to have temporarily lost Miss P. Miss P. Miss P. Miss P. Here she is. And there we go. And I'm going to use my Versa. Oh, I think I should use blue or something maybe. No, I'm going to use black. The stitching's in black, so it'll be fine. And I'm going to do it before I stick it down in case I have a total boo-boo, because, you know, that would not be unlike me. And I could do with something underneath it. Let's just use this book. Do you think it's big enough? Yeah, I think it is. It's all I could see to hand anyway, so it'll have to do. So ink it up. It's the first time I've used this stamp, so we'll see. And try and get it somewhat straight. So these stamps, the correspondence from the past, are absolutely perfect for this whole shebang. Oh, look at that. Wow. Perfect. So let's just clean that off a bit and put it back, because as you know, these days I'm trying to be really good with my stamps. So far so good, I have to say. It is actually working. Right, so that's that. And I've got my little... Oh no, don't say I've lost it. Don't say I've lost it. Oh no, there it is. So, it's rather an unwieldy book. So that's going to go there. And then I want this. Well, I could shove that over there, I suppose, and put that down there. Yeah, that would work. That would work nicely, but what am I going to put on that? That's the question. So let's get the stamps out again, see what's going to fit on there and what we like. I quite like that one. Would that fit? I believe it would. Let's do that. So I'm going to get my little book out again. Oh my goodness. It worked the last time, so let's not knock it. It's just your stamping is much better if you've got something with a bit of give in it, underneath it. Oh, don't. Let's have a look. Ah, that didn't work. Oh, that's my fault. You can see the ink still on the stamp. So that's no good. Let's get my thing out again. See if I can find another one of those little labels. Is that a blue one there? Yeah, there's a blue one. Blue one will do nicely, won't it? Can't even remember what I'm sticking it to now. Let's have a look. Oh no, I prefer a red one. See if we can find... Oh, there's words here though. Stop getting sidetracked by everything. Well, there's so many nice things. Yes, I know, but... These are the labels that I'm thinking will go in that little pocket. I'll lay them out now that when I see them. Come on, little red labels, where are you? I don't know. Oh, honestly, you wouldn't think it'd be so difficult to find. I don't know where they are, I've lost them. They're in here, they're definitely in here. But quite where, I don't know. So let's have a look at, let's put the lid on my ink for a minute. Let's put this down out of the way. So if I was to put that there, like that, could I get away with that there? It still says this book belongs to, so it needs a bit of a signature or something. I'm making life difficult for myself now, aren't I? Let's see what I've got. There's some gorgeous, really little stamps here. It's such a good set. Both of these are. I quite like this one that says air letter. I don't know if it'll fit in, but we could try. I don't think it will. No. No. Okay, so for the time being then, I'm just going to leave that as is. Stick this down and see if I've got another one that doesn't need a... I mean, I love these words. Approved. What's wrong with that? It looks great. Put it down there and put that up there. Oh, there's too many choices. Choices. Special delivery. Let's go with that. let's go with special delivery. And I'm going to put it there. Yeah, okay. Finally, I have decided. It's dressing up one pocket. You know, it's not the be all and end all of everything, is it? Well, it is to me. I agonise. I do this. This is why it takes me so long to make anything. I agonise over every solitary piece that I put in. Right, so let's see if we can get this lined up with the grid that is already there. That will help us. Okay. And then, ooh, trying to pick the wrong one up. And then this one, that's going to go like that. Yes. So I'm going to use the lines again to help me. There we go. That's great. I like that. So I've got these tags that also are cut out of the book. And I think they'll go in there and make a little pocket. Why? What's wrong with you? I think it's just flat, it's just a flat pocket. Quite like that one. And I quite like that one. Did I put glue over the entire back of that pocket? Something's telling me that I did, because it feels very gluey. What's with today then? Why so many mistakes today? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. In which case then that's stuck down and there is no tag going in it. Oh, what's wrong with you, girl? Goodness me. Right, let's wipe this off and put it back. I'm sorry, Stamp, I let you down. So it's a day of accidents, I think you could say. And usually when it's a day of accidents, I call it a day and walk away, because generally that's the best you can do. Did I have anything else cut that I wanted to show you? I don't think so. I think the best thing to do is leave it there, come back tomorrow, and hopefully it will be a better day. The only other thing that I am going to do is put a side pocket down this side to match the one that we've got on this side. That's it. Okay? So, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, might be the day after if I haven't got over myself. So, right, that goes there, that goes there, that comes up, that upside down piece. Oh, well, what can you do? Comes down. So there we have it. We're doing all right, really, on the whole. So, see you tomorrow-ish. Bye.